Hello viewers, and here we are taking a look at WRC Generations. It's the last of a generation from Nakon and Kiloton Racing, and it's a game that's going to bring together many elements we've seen in the development of the WRC over the last few years, taking on board feedback from racing drivers, but also you the gamer, every year taking that feedback on board and working to make it better and better. And here we see new stages, we see old stages like Monte Carlo now remodeled, revisiting Italy now with new foliage, new design, new lighting look and feel, taking the old environments you know and love, bringing them back to the game and making them better than ever before, as well as Finland. We'll see a bit more of that in this special video today, looking again just to see how they've taken the stages and they've built them up to make them feel more and more like the world of WRC, and Argentina as well. Some classic stages there which I enjoy. Great to see them back, and we'll test them on some future videos as well. I'll go through some of the elements in the game, and we'll start off with a look at the new cars. So of course this year is the hybrid cars in the world of WRC. Lots of energy, power, torque, performance, different gearbox now with 5 gears, and we see the energy mode. So underneath the gear you've got the blue line in the center that tells you where your hybrid gauge is, and when I hit the brakes you'll see the blue bar on the right going up, and that shows you the energy, power and then deployment. So you want to stamp on the brakes, get a bit more charge, and then depending on how long the straights are, how you want that energy deployed will depend on the mode that you can select for maximizing your car deployment for the stage. So energy deployment, maximizing that for the stage is essential, and it also depends a little bit on the way you drive. Now the car handling has altered slightly in this version. In my experience so far, the braking distances are a little bit longer. The appearance of the game is a little bit slower than you will have experienced before, as the weight transfer has increased. The cars have a bit more weight, it's a bit more tricky to drive, and you will find those braking distances obviously have extended, which aids a bit more of that energy system. Just racing a little bit of Monte Carlo here. I'm just not quite getting the braking just right. Again, just finding the distances and how to get through those corners and maximize my line through those as well. So on the brakes there, using the handbrake. I'm using the handbrake on the wheel temporarily rather than my actual handbrake in this video, just because the development and where it is at the moment. But either way, getting the hang of it, and you can see every year they've come back to these stages that you know well, remodeled them, increased the detail and increased the frame rate as well. The optimization on this version of WRC is far beyond that we've seen in the past. I'm running it here on my recording OBS system, and actually it's running really well. That's one PC running all of those windows at the same time. This isn't an edit afterwards that you're seeing here, that's just live recording, and we're getting decent frame rate. It runs perfectly smooth for me when I'm not running all of my editing software. Really good. So far big improvements all round, and great to see Monte Carlo returning. I'll be showing all of that on future videos. So I also wanted to take a quick jump over to New Zealand. Again, one of those stages we've already seen before, and just see what it's like with the new handling and new feeling. So we have the hybrid cars this year and the elements that brings, the vast range of environments in there. We'll look at those in more detail. Historical cars are back and looking better than ever. A new league system is coming to the game this year. Of course, we have a league system. It's a bit like the iRating, or the driver rating system in Gran Turismo. You will work your way up in various different leagues as you play online, and these races will be set out, and I will put that onto a future video and we'll look at it in more detail. Suffice to say, it's an exciting element that can bring the WRC community together. It can compare you and pair you with drivers of a similar performance, and that gives you some great racing opportunities, plus share and rate liveries, as well as various other hybrid gameplay elements. So 150 stages over 22 countries. This is the biggest WRC game there has ever been. More cars, more teams, more stages, locations. Really is depth on a level we haven't experienced before, and again they've been listening to community details. I'm happy to say that because I can say it with a good heart that I've been playing this and enjoying it, as I do every year. I've really enjoyed WRC. I thought they made a step forward in WRC 7 and WRC 8, and then really the surprise was the way they kept moving forward in WRC 9 and 10, improving the physics and other elements, and now it's bringing all of those elements together. All of those stages, all of those cars are now looking better than ever. So 150 stages, that's over 800 kilometers to race around. Again, we've never had it better. The majority of the driving you're seeing on this video is in, I think nearly all of it you're seeing on this video will be in dry conditions at noon, as I was focusing more on getting my head around the new driving style. What am I trying to do here? Learn about the energy deployment, how it feels through the car. I'm learning about the gearing, how the gearing works, and the torque range on the gears. It's quite tricky. It's not as simple to get used to as you might first think. There's elements there you need to balance and maximise. How the new weight transfer works on the cars in slow and high speed corners. How to get the car, how to change your braking into the corner, braking before the corner, using the power. So lots to look forward to there. Now, away from that, in the menus we have the new showroom feature, which you see here. Thought I'd load this up and you can have a look at it, spin the car around, change the time of day, which we'll see in a moment, and change the overall lighting to get a better look at your cars. And there we are, just spinning it around, turning the headlights on and off before changing the times of day, which is nice to see there. And of course the different times of day and the different lighting affects the way colours look on your car. So if it's very bright sunshine and you're on a certain angle, it might wash out the colours. So it's just trying to get the lighting right for whatever you want. And then you can zoom in, go around like you would in a photo mode, and you can see the new details on the new cars. They have never looked as good as this before, and it's great to see the textures, the various elements, the pieces that put the car together. And there is a demo camera where you can see all of these different elements on the car as it takes you through quite a professional official demo, looking at everything. So what do we have? We have obviously newly modelled cars, different paint textures, liveries, forms of material textures, new headlights, lighting, brake lights, detail inside the cockpit as well. Cars have never looked so good, so it's nice actually just to enjoy the demos that you can see here on the various new hybrid cars, and this is always a pleasure, but also to enjoy some of the older cars that are in the game as well. And of course we've already seen the Ford Puma 2022, which I think is a particular highlight this year, as well as the Hyundai i2022 and the Toyota Yaris 2022, all with their distinct handling characteristics. Now traditionally the Hyundai's been quite stable. The Toyota was good at sliding through corners, and performance wise they had a bit of a step up on the Ford Puma, but I'm not entirely certain yet. I'm going to have to be running a lot of testing on the same stages and the same conditions to understand the nuances of the different cars, so we'll come back to that on later videos. Of course we have the WRC 2 cars. They're being put into the game as we speak, and of course there are 6 cars in there so far, and we'll be looking at those in more detail. And we have the Junior WRC, a welcome introduction, and I look forward to testing that more once I go through the main game. But again, great to see all of those will be in there. On top of that though, we have the Legends cars, and there are lots of Legends cars. If you've played it last year, you'll know that there is a healthy selection of Legends cars, and this is all in one package. You don't have to pay separate DLC prices for every single car in the game. No, you've got more tracks and more cars than ever before, and I love that, because when you have a DLC getting in the way, that means some people will have it and some people won't, as we look at the legendary Subaru there. And of course I think that is the Colin McRae one. I can't see from here, but I did actually demo both the Richard Burns and Colin McRae versions, and it was great to see those cars which have all new audio as well, and we'll look at those on a future video, as well as other classic rally cars that are in there. I could sit here all day looking at these new cars, all beautifully remodelled and looking better than ever. So then it was on to just a quick run through Finland. We have Rally Finland taking place this week, and so I thought we're better than to run some of the Finland stages. These have been in since the DLC of WRC 9. I played the Finland stages and I loved the new Finland stages. I thought they were great. And so then they were remodeled a bit last year in WRC 10, and now for the WRC Generations we see again more work that's been done to the lighting, the textures, the environments, but a great increase in foliage and foliage design. Just gives everything a much richer feel, and I look forward to trying this at different times of day. It's like, again, slightly different driving style. You're not quite as rugged so far in the way you throw the car in. Damage can be picked up if you're taking the jumps incorrectly, or if you are taking the jumps very hard. It depends on the length of the stage in terms of how you want to attack the jumps. When you're doing the longer stages, you may want to look at preservation of the vehicle and just braking a little bit before the big jumps, depending on how high they are. So just going through the shakedown first. Good opportunity to get a feel for the car on the environments, which are sliding well through the corners. And then in a moment we'll go on to the first stage now. So that's the shakedown done. Now it's on to one of the stages, getting myself psyched up. You're seeing me with my gamer face there, and I'm going to leave you to a bit of this driving and come back in just a moment.
Go. 50, left 6 over crest, into right 6, short over crest, 100. Left 4 over crest, cut, into flat right, 80. Careful you don't slide off. Bump, caution, right 6, narrows into jump. Jump into right 4, tightens over crest, keep in 150. Right 4 over crest, 80. Jump, keep middle into jump, and left 3 opens, long, 200. Caution, brake for left 2.
So as we change to behind the car, you see you've got a bit of different sounds, and I'll come in and out on this just to show you guys the different viewpoints. But again, just slightly different way you're attacking the course now. This course coming up here, I've actually taken it flat, this corner in WRC 10. I haven't managed to do that yet in WRC Generations, just taking it nice and easy while I get used to the different handling on the cars. But either way, good to be on these stages and looking better than ever. Sometimes you see speedboats going around on the lake as well, and improved lighting effects. And of course, again, I'll leave you to a bit more of this driving. Crest into jump, 70. Left 6, medium, into caution, left 4 over crest, tightens, definitely don't cut. And flat right, into jump, keep middle, 50. Left 6 over crest, keep middle, into jump, keep left. Caution, brake for square right, don't cut, 150. Right 6 over crest, into left 6, keep in. Caution, right 5 short, over jump, keep in, flat left, medium. So taking it all a little bit carefully so far, just trying to run the stage as cleanly as possible, and also just get my head around the different textures and surfaces for the car in terms of understeer, how much speed can I carry into a corner, how gradients are affecting it. Quite a lot to take in when they make some subtle changes to the handling. And so as we go through this latter section, I'm again very gingerly using the handbrake there. Very easy to overdo it with the handbrake. So we come back on this latter section, look at the cockpit cam, and thankfully so far we have a clearer windscreen, and the windscreen does dirty up on some courses more than others, but not so quickly that you can adapt to it in that way as well, which is an improvement in terms of the dirt, improvement on the windscreens, the feeling of the windscreens, the cockpit mode. There is new audio to the game. We're going to do an analysis on that later. The audio, in fact, the whole game is still a work in progress, so there are lots of elements still being worked on at this stage, and of course elements we worked on, the feedback that you guys provide in the comments as well. When we go through those last couple of corners, that's the first stage. Now we've just done a couple of the stages here of the Finland rally. We're not doing the entire Finland rally, but I'm going to leave you now to one of the longer stages. Let's see how I got on.
Left 6 over crest into right 6, short over crest 100. Left 4 over crest, cut into flat right 80. Way to stay on the track. Constant caution, right 6, narrows into jump. Caution, jump into right 4, tightens over crest, keep in 150. Right 4 over crest, 80. Jump, keep middle into jump, and left 3 opens, long 200. Caution, brake for left 2 cut, keep into flat left. Right 6 over crest, 150. Jump, keep middle, into jump, keep left, 150. Right 5 over crest, keep into left 6 over crest, 50. Crest, keep middle, and left 5 medium over crest, keep in, 50. Jump, keep middle, into left 5, keep in. To right 6, keep in and jump, keep middle. To right 6, short and jump, 100. Left 6 and right 6, very long, definitely don't cut over jump. Into right 5 and left 6 over crest, don't cut, into bridge, narrows, 80. Brake for left 2, big cut. Into right 6 and crest, keep middle, 80. Jump, keep right into jump, 100. Caution, left 2, big cut, opens, 100. Jump, keep middle, 150. Left 4 over crest, into jump, 70. Left 6, medium, into caution, left 4 over crest, tightens, definitely don't cut. And flat right, into jump, keep middle, 50. Left 6 over crest, keep middle, into jump, keep left. Caution, brake for square right, don't cut, 150. Right 6 over crest, into left 6, keep in. Right 5 short, over jump, keep in, and flat left, medium. To crest, keep middle, and left 5 medium, keep in, 50. Right 6 cut, bumpy, 100. Caution, left 5 over crest, keep middle, 200. Right 6 cut, into bump, 100. Right cut into caution, left 6 short, over crest, keep left, 100. Right 6 over crest, keep right into left 6 over crest. right 6, keep middle over bump and right 5 cut, 200. Caution, right 4 over crest, cut, keep in, over jump, keep middle, 100. Right 6 into flat left. And jump, keep middle, 150. Flat right, keep right, 150. Caution, hard brake for acute hairpin left, opens, big cut, 150. Flat right over crest, keep right, 100. Flat right over crest, keep right, 70. Jump, keep middle, 150. Crest, keep middle, 100. Left 6 short into left 5 short, cut, and caution, brake for right 2, cut, 50. Left 2, keep in, over crest, 200. Bumps, keep middle, and right 6 over crest, keep right, 200. Right 5 cut, 150. Jump, keep middle, and right 4, definitely don't cut. Narrows, keep in, over jump, keep middle, 50. Jump, keep middle, 60. Flat left over jump, keep middle, 100. Left 5 cut, keep in, 100. Left 4, short cut, keep in, 120. Right 5 long over jump, keep in, 150. Caution, left 3 over jump, keep in, 80. Bumps into jump, keep left, 80. Right 6 over jump, keep in, 50. Right 6 long over jump, 100. Jump, keep middle, 100. Right 3 short, opens, narrows, 100. Jump, keep middle, 100. Right 6 into caution, left 3 long, don't cut, 80. Right 2, keep in, 120. Right 4, small cut, opens into left 4, keep in, 80. Bumps and right 3 long over crest, keep in, 80. Right 4 over crest, off camber, keep in, 150. Caution, brake, square left cut, 200. Right over jump, keep in, 200. Left 6 over jump, keep left into bumps, 100. Jump, keep middle, 100. Left 5 short, 150. Jump, keep left, 200. Bumps, 80. Flat left over jump, keep middle, 100. Flat right over jump, 100. Left 6 over jump, 80. Left 5 very long over jump, keep middle, 100. Flat right over bump and caution, brake, right 4, short over crest, keep in, 100. Bumps into flat right over jump, 50. Left 6 over jump, very long, 100. Bumps, 100. Jump, 150. Caution, brake, right 3, big cut. Square left, opens, 50. Square left, tightens, over crest, 50. Square right, bail in, 70. Right 2, short, small cut, opens, 100. Left 5 opens, 150. Flat right over jump, keep middle, 100. 100. Right 6 long over bump, keep in, 200.
So as we work our way through the latter part of these stages then, I've had my concentration face on as we've run through this. You'll see that compared to say WRC 10, I'm being a bit more tentative in terms of the jumps, braking a bit before the jumps, really considering car preservation. Damage is on here, so you're wanting to slow down a bit, scrub off a bit of speed, keep the car stable. As it happens, despite that, the suspension and the tyres are already well on the way out at this stage, so I'm being very careful through this high speed section, trying to keep the car nice and stable. So we're not flat out, we're just aiming for a bit of consistency as we get to the latter few corners. Car's very unstable on the jumps. I'm putting that down to some potential suspension damage at this stage, and of course there the car completely loses it. Not entirely certain what I did wrong there, but no doubt I assume it was down to failing suspension of some kind, and it just wasn't taking the jumps anymore. So even though I was being careful and not super aggressive throughout the entire stage, you still need to be very careful on a few of these. There are always these funny jumps on WRC, the odd one here and there that can really send you off course. We come to another one in a moment actually that I'm always very careful of, trying to get this line right over the bridge, get it just right, and you're comfortable. It's just over a blind crest, so you commit to it, but I think here I just lift a little just to cruise over the bridge. There we are, and now just a few corners to go. So this always feels quite comfortable. You've got a nice long left-hander, and then on the next straight you've got a few more different bumps. They've always made subtle changes to this as well from WRC 9, so it's not the same as it was when you go back to the WRC 9 version. And again, it's like change to the jumps here. There's a jump right here somewhere, there, and that could send you completely off the track in WRC 10 if you hit it wrong, but this time it's a little bit more stable, unlike some of the other jumps. So they move them around, but we have a few more corners to go. That concludes this extended stage on Finland. A stage I enjoy immensely, not nearly on the limit in terms of performance yet, but certainly on the limit in terms of what I'm aware of in driving this car at the moment. Still a lot of research to do to understand how to take some of the corners and the new level of instability there is in the cars in this version of WRC. There's a lot more instability now to get your head around in terms of understanding how the car works on, as I say, fast and slow corners. So on to the next stage, and around the hairpin. And this was another tricky stage. I haven't run this many times. I tend to run the extended stage. So we come to an extended braking distance here, braking very early for the corner, oversteered a little bit. It's a tricky corner now. The braking distances really do make a big difference on the tarmac more than any other surface. You've got to get it just right. Again, it's very much eye the needle. It's quite a tight section, again quite committed. I'm driving the game from the cockpit cam, as you can see. So I just left it on the cockpit cam this time. Again, you can see the improved detail and lighting to these older stages as well, and in a moment we'll look at one of the newer stages at Sweden. So last few corners, and again through the tricky street sections, getting the car in, bit of understeer through these corners. The car's understeering a lot with these tyres on the tarmac. Quite as nimble, but and then you get a snap of oversteer there as well. So, and again braking up for another tight chicane. That's it. Just trying to keep the focus, not wanting to hit the pavement if we can avoid it as well. The chicane, took it nice and slow this time. I thought, let's take it, we've got a few more corners to go, let's just take it nice and slow. Not the most tidy few corners, but we've done it. So there's a look at a few of the forward stages, not all of them obviously at Finland, but a good look at that. Now one of the new remodeled stages is Sweden. Sweden is here looking better than ever. Now again, I wanted to give you a bit of full screen gameplay this time rather than having my face in there. It's just a bit of gameplay that I'll add in the odd replay, another camera, but I'm going to leave you to an extended stage on Sweden. Awesome new stages, visuals better than they've ever been
Left
before,
4, medium,
I'll leave you
tightens.
to this action and come back in a bit.
Into right 6, narrows. And right 5, short, narrows. Into left 6, don't cut, 30. Left 5, short, right 6, narrows. Into left 5, tightens. And flat right, into flat left, into right 5. And left 6, into right 5, short. And right 6, into flat left, 50. Caution, brake, right 3, tightens. And left 6, tightens, narrows, into right 5, short. And right 5, narrows, jump, into right 5, narrows. Into left 4 and right 4, short, 30. Jump, 50. Right 4 into left 3, keep into. Flat right, narrows, into flat left, short. Into right 4, into left 4, narrows, medium. Into right 5, keep into left 4, keep into right 5. Into left 5, into right 3, keep into. Left 4, brake, into right 3, tightens, medium, 80. Left 3, long, tightens, into flat right, 200. Flat left, don't cut, into flat right, don't cut. And left 6, widens, into flat right, 50. Left 6, narrows, over bridge, 80. Right 5, over bridge, 100. Right 6, 80. Caution, left 5, 30. Right 5, keep in, 80. Left 5, tightens, narrows, into right 6, tightens. Over bump, left 6, medium, 300. Left 6, short, into right 6, keep into. Flat left, 100. Left 6, narrows, into right 6, 300. Caution, right 5, narrows, and left 4, medium. Into right 5, short, and left 4. Into right 5, tightens, long, over jump. Into left 6, long. And right 5, tightens, long, 30. Jump into left 5, medium, tightens, long, 30. Right 5, tightens, 100. Right 5, narrows, 80. Right 4 opens, 100. Right 6 short, 100. Left 4 into right 4, medium. And left 5, long, tightens, into right 5, 30. Caution, hard brake, acute hairpin left, 100. Right 4 narrows, 100. Left 5 into right 5, over crest, keep into. Left 5 into right 5, 30. Right 4, keep in, medium, 200. Jump, keep middle and right 5, 30. Left 4, narrows into right 5, short, opens. Right 5, 30. Right 6, narrows into left 5, long, keep in. Into right 5 and left 5, long, tightens. Into right 6, medium, tightens. Into flat right, into flat left, 150. Caution, brake, left 3, 100. Jump, narrows. Right 6, 30. Flat left, 50. Left 5, narrows, into left 6, brake. Into left 5, narrows, tightens, into flat right, tightens. Into left 5, over crest, into left 5, over crest. Into left 5, over crest, and right 6, very long, tightens, over crest. Into right 6, long. Left 6, narrows, and right 4, widens. And flat right into flat left, 50. Left 6, caution, jump into flat right, 80. Right 6 into flat left. Caution, jump into right 5, short, into flat left. Jump into right 5, keep in, 200. Jump, hard brake, into left 2. And right 3, medium, opens. And jump, keep left, into right 4. Caution, square left, widens, 300. Flat right, 150. Left 6 into right 6. And left 6 into right 6. And flat left into right 6, 100. Caution, hard brake, square right, opens. Tree in, narrows, left 4, into right 4, into left 3, medium, into right 3, don't cut, medium. And left 4, tightens, into right 3, keep in. Into left 4, medium, tightens, and right 2, opens. And right 4, short, into left 3, medium. Into right 4 and left 4, tightens. Into right 3, keep into left 4, tightens. Into caution, right 5, definitely don't cut, opens, 30. And left 6, short, narrows, into right 6, 20. Left 4, short, into right 5, 50. Right 5, into left 5, long, tightens. And right 5, long, tightens, into left 5, 30. Left 6, into right 5, short, 50. Right 6, into flat left, 50. Caution, left 4, cut, 400. tree in, left, right 6, and flat left 400. Right 6, bumpy, into flat left, over crest 400. Under bridge, narrows. Into right 6, don't cut, into flat left. Into right 6 and flat right 150. Caution, hard brake, square right, don't cut 250. Bumpy, flat left, into left 5, short, and left 4 short. And left 4, keep into right 4, tightens. Into left 3, into right 5, 30. Left 5, tightens, 30. Right 4, opens, 30, and right 5, 50. Caution, square right, widens, and square left, narrows, 30. Seems a bit optimistic. Square left, into right 2, short, into left 4, and right 3, into left 4, 80. Right 5, 50. Left 5, into right 6, very narrow. Into right 5 and left 4, don't cut. Into right 5, short, 150. Caution, tree in, square right, 500. Right 6, long, tightens, 200. Left 6, short, 200. Left 6, 50. Left 5, keep into left 6. And right 6, long, into left 6. Into right 6, 50. Left 5, keep in, over crest. Into right 6, into left 5, 30. Right 6, tightens, 100. Jump, 100. Left 5, 100. Left 6, short, and right 5, don't cut, 80. Left 6, 50. Right 5, 80. Left 5, 80. Flat left, into flat right, 80. Right 5, into left 5, 30. Caution, brake, right 5, long, tightens. And flat left, into flat right, 50. Right 4, over bridge, 300.
So, I hope you're enjoying the stage so far. Great to see. Last section of stage here, and I go off. Just coming up to that section now. I was hitting the brakes from quite a long way out, but it was another good example of braking in WRC 10 compared to the new version. You need to brake a lot sooner than sometimes you expect, and I find it's the high speed direct straight line braking where you really need to understand how best to brake the car. Maybe brake more with the gears, not entirely certain when off, but we'll look at how to maximise that in the future. Then on to these last few twisty corners, and again it's very narrow a lot of the time. You're trying to control and balance the throttle, but it felt nice and comfortable from inside the car.
Left 5, narrows, into right 4.
Again, lots and lots of speed to be found, and when you redo this and I'm just driving it right now rather than optimising the speed, but this was my first ever run. I just want to share actually, there was no restarts, my first ever run on the stage. I wanted to run it completely blind, listen to the co-driver, see how I got on. That's what this video involves. So I'm pleased to say that the co-drivers' calls in the main were on point, apart from that bit where I went off. I think I could have done with a bit more notice, but other than that, I think in the main it all worked pretty well. It's more about understanding your car, again, how it's going to react in different corners. When you run WRC a lot, you will learn a lot of these courses, and you'll try different gears and maximise your lines and eventually get quicker and quicker. And that all comes with lots of practice, but also high risk. It's a very risk-reward WRC. There are moments where you can commit, but you know if you get it wrong, it can all fall away from you very quickly, and you can lose a lot of time and damage your car on what is a very long stage. So now back to one of the older stages, making a return at Chile. This was a stage I enjoyed a lot, and it's great to come back to these stages. I forget if it was WRC 8 or 9 now, a bit of a blur, but either way I enjoyed these stages and was sad to see them go. So it's great to see the opportunity to race them all now, and I do enjoy a bit of Chile racing these stages. Again, the car doing pretty much what I expect it to. It's a bit more tricky on the hairpins, finding the balance there, how fast you can go into the hairpin, how fast you can come out of it. Again, instability at high speeds. I'm sort of feathering the throttle a little bit because the car can get a little bit loose at high speed. The weight transfer can be tricky, so just trying to find the balance at this stage. And again, this is always a nice sweet corner when you get it right. I was probably braking a bit late, but we got a nice slide on the exit before going up this blind hill. Quite tricky. You get around this next bit, carry a lot of speed, and you're looking at the flags and you're counting the flags as to the point where you actually want to turn in. I turned in nice and early, not worth having a risk, and now you've got some high speed sections downhill. Great feeling once you cut in nice and tight to the various apexes on these corners, that rock there, and then throwing the car the other way, taking it downhill, and again nice and wide through here. Get a little bit of understeer. Again, the car sliding out a bit, needing a bit of a correction before this nice high-speed straight. Noting, of course, the new long-distance braking for straight line at high speed, which means as soon as you come off this jump, get on the brakes, slow the car down, use the gears as well, and it worked out well there. So there's a lot more power now there, which throws the car into the next corner. So again, getting used to the power delivery is a bit different, and I'll be able to look at that in more detail when I play some of the older cars to compare in terms of the Legends cars that are in the pack. So certainly lots to look forward to, and we've got all the new drivers this year. And why I'm enjoying the rest of this Chile stage, there's a pre-order incentive as well, the 2002 Peugeot 206 WRC, and separate DLC as part of the deluxe edition, which includes the 2010 Citroën C4 WRC. So a couple of cars to look out for to complete your collection of goodness for the different cars that you can look out for. Classic cars, hope to show those off on a later build. But just loving the action here. Now this is a stage that I kind of knew. I didn't know it that well, but I knew some of the tricky corners. I always find that when you learn a rally stage, if you remember the corners that kill you, basically, then just keep those in your head, and then the rest of them, take them as they come. It's trying to remember the really dodgy corners. This whole section is quite dodgy, actually. You want to get in nice and early, and then there's a tight gate coming up somewhere here, and then you know that you've got a tricky long right-hander where it's very easy to hit the gates and the walls either side. So just getting those elements right before you relax a bit more for the rest of the stage. And then you can see there the hybrid power is at full. Use some of that hybrid now going up the hill. Again, giving me lots of acceleration on these high speed straights. Little dabs on the brake, and you can see the brake and the acceleration underneath there, just showing when I'm full on the power. Just feathering the throttle through various corners. And again, I'll return to some of these stages on future videos, looking at them at different times of day. This is just a very brief look, but I hope you're enjoying it as we come towards the end of the stage. Again, another one of those danger corners over a blind crest of a hill, and we'll go over that. And and then once you're over the hill, you just want to brake down, get into that left-hander that's coming up there. Very easy to fall out the track, and then just coax it through here. Again, it's a bit off camber, so slide the car nicely through. A bit unsteady on the bumps, but we got through nice and smoothly in the end. So more aggressive that time. Now looking at another one of the new stages at Corsica. I'm going to leave you to a bit of this and come back in just a moment.
And left 3, into right 3, small cut, and left 3, into right 4, small cut, into left 4, tightens, into right 3, don't cut, and caution, hairpin left 30, left 3, short, into right 1, house in, and flat left, into flat right, narrows 30, caution, hairpin left 30, left 4, keep into right 4, short 30, left 3, into right 4, and right 3, 30, hard brake, hairpin right at junction, and left 4, cut, into right 5, small cut, and left 6, and right 5, long, tightens, into left 5, and left 6, into right 5, short, and left 5, long, tightens, 50, left 4, 30, right 4, tightens over crest, into left 5, into right 4, long, keep in, into left 4, over crest, keep in, 30, for square right, narrows, and flat left, into right 2, 20, left 3, into left 3, 30, right 2, narrows, and left 2, short, small cut, into right 3, don't cut, medium, into left 2, small cut, and left 3, narrows, into right 4, into left 4, tightens, and right 2, don't cut, into left 3, narrows, 30, right 3, into left 5, very narrow, tightens, and left 3, medium, into left 2, short, into right 2, don't cut, into left 3, narrows, 30, caution, square left, small cut, 30, left 4, narrows, don't cut, into right 4, small cut, 30, over crest, flat right, keep middle, 150, right 4, hard brake, into square right, flat right, into flat left, 30, left 4, short, into flat right, 50, flat left, into right 6, into over crest, left 4, keep in, 50, right 4, opens, 50, caution, right 4, into right 4, medium, 30, right 4, keep into left 5, 60, over crest, left 4, keep into flat right, 30, left 5, into right 6, and tunnel, 200, caution, left 5, medium, tightens, into right 5, into left 4, medium, tightens, into right 4, tightens, and caution, brake, into left 2, narrows, and right 2, don't cut, and left 2, into right 2, into left 5, and right 2, brake, into left 1, and right 3, into left 3, narrows, and right 3, don't cut, into left 5, into right 3, keep into left 4, into right 4, long, tightens, and left 4, narrows, into right 2, keep into left 2, medium, into hairpin right, don't cut, 100, Left 4, short, tightens, and left 4, medium, keep in. Into right 5, tightens, into left 3, small cut. Into right 5, don't cut, tightens, 80. Right 5, medium, and finish.
So good to see that stage completed, and as I skip the views, find the view I was looking at using here, I thought let's go behind the car. What view to use? Let's look at behind the car. Look at this stage again now in more detail. Now again, it's about getting the car into the corners, understanding where the car is stable and unstable through these corners. The car has more stability, a bit unpredictable, the Ford. It's a bit unpredictable, always has been in the different WRC games. It's been sort of the middle of the road car, still kind of has those similar characteristics to an extent. Struggling on some of the hairpins at the moment. I haven't quite got a feel for the digital brake, as it were, in terms of the B button I'm using for my brake on the wheel. Essential to get those handbrakes just right. Better to go in too slow with a dab of handbrake rather than too much handbrake. It's very easy to end up facing the way you came and losing bags of time. So you'll see me being just a bit careful through that, like there. Careful for handbrake sections. The power deployment was quite significant there, wasn't it? Rear wheels really span up. Now with the high speed sections, note that the car is a bit unstable through some of these corners, so you can see it going out wide. So the weight transfer really dragging the car. So I'm lifting the throttle, just trying to balance the throttle a bit through these corners, trying to find where the limit is. It's a lot trickier than it was in previous WRC games. So if you're thinking you played WRC 10, you understood how to play it. You've all got a lot to learn coming to this and seeing the new physics in action. So through this, and then we have, of course, the very narrow sections that we're coming to, barely a car wide. Again, it takes a bit of time just to find the gearing. I'm somewhere first, second, third gear, moving around. You want to find the traction, but also the rotation into the corner. Second gear gives a nice balance between a little bit of speed and a little bit of rotation. There is some decent torque if you're up into third. Sometimes that does reduce some of the rotation through the corner, and you can be a little bit exposed to little rocks, bits and pieces sticking out. So a lot of time to find, but there's more time to lose than there is to find as we go through this tricky section. And again, it will be a lot more difficult when you're playing it on the longer stages with various tyre wear and weather conditions, which will make it treacherous. So as I come towards the final part of this stage, I just want to say thank you to all of you watching today. I hope you've enjoyed this very first look at WRC Generations. This isn't just a game for 2022, this is a game for many years to come that includes a huge package on WRC. I'm hugely passionate about it. I've been enjoying the WRC games for the last few years, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like for all of you guys watching this today. Hoping you all enjoy it as well, actually, and enjoy it as much as I have so far. Look forward to seeing the final game. Still a lot of work to do, and of course on Team VVV I'll be looking at streaming it at launch, and you can see that on Team VVV streams, and also on the Team VVV YouTube channel, more detailed breakdowns in terms of handling between last year, this year. Don't just take my words for it. Let's look at objective observations. Let's put it all together and let's see where the changes are and learn the differences between them. Engine sounds, location changes, handling changes. We'll look at all of that in a lot more detail. But that's it from me for now. I'm going to leave you to the end of this rally. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you enjoy what you're seeing at WRC Generations, and there'll be more from me very soon.